Shana The Maid's Revenge, Act 2, Scene 1. The same. A room in Villarezzo's house. Enter Catalina and Ansilva. Catalina and Silva, you observe with curious eye all gentlemen that come hither. What's your opinion of Don Antonio? Antonio, my opinion, madam. I want art to judge of him. Catalina, then, without art, your judgment. And Silva, he is one of the most accomplished gentlemen. And Silva ever beheld, pardon, madam. Catalina, nay, it doth not displease you not alone. He hath friends to second you, and who dost think is cause he tarries here? And Silva, your noble father will not let him go, Catalina, and canst thou see no higher than thou art dull. And Silva, madam, I guess at something more. Catalina, what? And Silva, love. Catalina, of whom? Silva, I know not what. Catalina, how? Not that thou'st bring thy former truth into suspicion, why 'tis more apparent than that he loves. And Silva, if judging eyes may guide him, I know where he should choose, but I have heard that love is blind. Catalina, ha! And Silva, virtue would direct him. Madam, to you I know obedience, I shall repent if I offend. Catalina, thou art honest. Be yet more free. Hide not a thought that may concern it. And Silva, then, madam, I think he loves my lady Berinthia. I have observed his eyes roll that way. Even now I spied him close with her in the arbor. Pardon me, madam. Catalina, thou hast done me faithful service. Be yet more vigilant. I know thou speakest all true. I do suspect him. Exit. And Silva, my sister, how dare she maintain contention? Is this the duty binds her to obey a father's precepts, to dishonor to me? Re-enter, and Silva. And Silva, madam, here's a pretty handsome stripling new alight, inquires for Don Antonio. Catalina, let me see him, 'twill give me good occasion to be my own observer. Enter Diego. Whom would you, sir? Diego, I am sent in quest of Antonio. Catalina, he speaks like a knight errant. He comes in quest. Diego, I have heard a little virtue in some spaniels to quest now and then, Lady Catalina, but you are none. Diego, my master, cannot be me from him, madam. I am one of the oldest appurtenances belonging to him, and yet I have little moss on my chin. Catalina, the more to come, a witty knave. Diego, no more wit than will keep my head warm. I beseech you, amiable virgin, help my master Antonio to some intelligence. The servant of his waits to speak with him from his sister, Madonna Castabella. Catalina, it shall not need, sir. I'll give him notice myself. Silva, entertain time with him. And Silva, a promising young man. Diego, do you wait on this lady? And Silva, yes, sir. Diego, we are both of a tribe, then, though we differ in our sex. I beseech you, tax me not of immodesty or want of breeding, that I do not salute you upon the first view of your person. This kiss shall be as good as press money to bind me to your service. Kisses her. And Silva, you are very welcome by my virginity. Diego, your virginity, a good word to save an oath. For all she made me a courtesy, it was not good manners to leave me so soon. You're very welcome by my virginity. Was she afraid of breaking? It may be she is cracked already, but here she is again. Re-enter and Silva. Silva, may I beg your name, sir? Diego, no beggar sweet. Would you have it at length? Then my name is Signor Bowder. Zaro Claire Matudo, but for brevity's sake they call me Diego. And Silva, then, Signor Diego, once more you are welcome, Diego. Beso las manos, Sonora, and what my tongue is not able to express, my heart shall. It seems you have lived long a virgin. Silva, not about 7 or 8 and 30 years, Diego, lady, a tried virgin. You have given the world a large testimony of your virginity. Scene 2. The same, a garden. Enter Antonio and Berinthia, Catalina following at a distance. Berinthia, I should be thus a disobedient daughter. A father's hests are sacred. Antonio, but in love they have no power. It is but tyranny, plain usurpation, to command the mind against its own election. I am yours, vowed, yours forever. Send me not away, shipwrecked the harbor. Say but you can love me, and I will wait an age, nor wish to move, but by commission from you, to whom I render the possession of myself. Discovers Catalina. Ha! We are betrayed. I must use cunning. She lives in you, and take not in more sense you are more gracious, in that you are so like your eldest sister, in whom lives the copy of so much perfection. All others seem to imitate. Catalina, does he not praise me now? Antonio, but here she is, madam, not finding you in the garden. I met this lady, Catalina. I come to tell you, a servant of yours attends with letters from your sister, Madonna Castabella. Enter Diego. Antonio, Diego, what news? Diego, sir, my lady remembers her love. These letters inform you of the state of all things. Antonio walks aside with the letters. Catalina, what serious conference had you, sister, with that gentleman? Corinthia, would you have heard them, sister? They concern your commendations. Catalina, why should he not deliver them to myself? Corinthia, it may be, then, you would have thought he flattered. Catalina, I like not this rebound. 'Tis fairest to catch and fall. Berenthia's sister, I hope you have no suspicion. I have courted his state or language. On my life, no accent fell from me. Your own ear would not have heard with acceptation. Catalina, it may be so, and yet I dare acquit you. In duty to a father, you would wish me all due respect. I know it. Antonio, Diego, Diego, sir. Antonio, you observe the waiting creature in the black heart. Whispers him, you apprehend me. Diego, with as much tenacity as a servant. Catalina, I hope, sir, now we shall enjoy you longer. Antonio, the gods would sooner be sick with nectar than Antonio grow weary of such fair society. I am at home expected, a poor sister, my father's care alive and dying was his legacy, having outstayed my time, is tender of my absence. Enter Vallareza, Sebastian, Montenegro, and Velasco. Catalina, my lord Antonio means to take his leave. Velasco, although last night you were inclined to go, let us prevail this morning. Catalina, a servant of his, he says, brought letters to hasten his departure. Velasco, why, sir, will you rob us of your master? Diego, not guilty, my lord. Montenegro, sir, if you'll needs go, we'll bring you on your way. Antonio, I humbly thank your honor. I'll not be troublesome, and yet I dare acquit you. No, hitherto, up to this period, it is necessary to say this, because it has been proposed to insert not after dare. Montenegro, would you were gone once. I do not mean to trouble myself so much, I warrant thee. Antonio, I have now a charge upon me. I hope it may excuse me if I hasten my return. Velasco, 'tis fair and reasonable. Well, sir, my son shall wait on you over the way. If any occasion draw you to Avero, let's hope you'll see us. You know you're welcome. Antonio, my lord, the favours done me would proclaim I were too much unworthy not to vigil you. Oft I see Avero, madam, I part with some unhappiness to lose your presence. Give me leave, I may be absent your admirer, to whose memory I write myself a servant. Montenegro, pox on your compliment. You were not best right in her table books. Catalina, you do not know what power you have over me, that but to please you, can frame myself to take a leave so soon. Velasco, what think of you that? My lord Montenegro, why she says she has power to take her leave so soon, know her, the world, and I hope she is an innocent lady. To Berenthia, until the shallow rivers glide away with noise, the deeper silent. Fare you well, Lady Montenegro. I told you he is a shallow fellow. Velasco, I know what to think on it, Berenthia. Antonio, gentlemen, happiness and success in your desires. Sebastian, I'll see you a league or two. Velasco, by any means, nay, sir. Antonio, Diego, my lord, I have a suit to you before I go. Velasco, to me, Diego, prithee, speaking. Diego, while other gentlemen are happy to divide their affections among the ladies, I may have your honour's leave to hear some good will to this virgin. Cupid hath thrown a dart at me like a blind buzzard as he is, and there's no recovery without a cooler. If I be sent into these parts, I desire humbly I may be bold to rob acquaintance with Mistress and Silva. Velasco, with all my heart, Diego. Diego, madam, I hope you will not be an enemy to a poor fly that has taken the flame of the blind god. Catalina, you shall have my consent, sir. Velasco, but what says Silva? Hast thou a mind to a husband? Silva, I fear I'm too young. 7 years hence were time enough for me. Sebastian, she's not full 40 yet, sir. Diego, honor the antiquity of her maiden head, the mistress of my heart. Antonio, come, let's away. Diego, our horses. Velasco, will bring you to the gate. Montenegro, yes, we'll bring him out of doors. Would we were shut of him? Exit Alba and Silva. And Silva, hey ho, who would have thought I should have been in love with a stripling? Have I seen so many maidenheads suffer before me, and must mine come to the block at 40 years old? If this Diego have the grace to come on, I shall have no power to keep myself chaste any longer. How many maids have been overrun with this love? But here's my lady. Scene 3. Enter Catalina and Velasco. Catalina, sir, you love my sister. Velasco, with an obedient heart. Catalina, where do you think Don Antonio hath made choice to place his love? Velasco, there where I wish to make her older and desire any crown with fruitful happiness. Catalina, hath your affection had no deeper root? That's his rent up already. I thought it would have stood a winter, but I see a summer storm hath killed it. Fare you well, sir. Velasco, how's this? A summer storm. Lady, by the honor of your brother, put off these clouds, you maze me. Take off the wonder you've put upon Velasco. Solve these riddles. Catalina, you love Berinthia, Velasco, with a devoted heart. Else may I die, condemned of all mankind, not my own soul is dearer to me. Catalina, and yet you wish Antonio may be crowned with happiness in his love. He loves Berinthia. Velasco, how? Catalina, beyond expression, to see how good nature free from dishonor in itself is backward to think another guilty, suffers itself, be poisoned with opinion. Did your eyes empty their beams so much in admiration of Berinthia's beauty, you left none to observe your own abuses? Velasco, doth not Antonio dedicate his thoughts to your acceptance? 'Tis impossible. Heard him praise you to the heavens above them, make himself hoarse, but to repeat your virtues as he had been in ecstasy. Love Berinthia, hell is not blacker than his soul, if he love any goodness but yourself. Catalina, the lesson be with impudence, hath read to my own ears. But shall I tell you, sir, we are both made by properties to raise him to his partial ends. Flattery is the stalking horse of policy. Saw you not how many flames he shot into her eyes when they were parting, for which she paid back her subtle tears? He wrung her by the hand, seemed with the greatness of his passion to have been overborne. Oh, cunning treachery, worthy or justice, true, he commended me. But could you see the fountain that sent forth so many coaxing streams? You would say Styx or crystal to it. It was not to the Count, whom he supposed was in pursuit of me, nay, whom he knew did love me, that he might fire him the more to consummate my marriage, that I disposed of, he might have access to his beloved Berinthia, the end of his desires. I can confirm it. He prayed to be so happy with my father's leave to be her amorous servant, which he nobly denied, partly expressing your engagements, if you have least suspicion of this truth. But do you think she loves you? Velasco, I cannot challenge her, but she has let fall something to make me hope. How do you think she's affected to Antonio? Catalina, maybe lukewarm as yet, but as soon as she is caught, inevitably his without prevention. For my own part, I hate him in whom lives a will to wrong a gentleman, for he was acquainted with your love. 'Twas my respect to tender, so your injury could not be silent in it. What you mean to do, I leave to your own thoughts. Velasco, stay, sweet lady, leave me not to struggle alone with this universal affliction. You said even now Berinthia would be his without prevention. Oh, that antidote, that balsam to my wound. Catalina, alas, I pity you, and the more because I see your troubles. So amaze your judgment. I'll tell you my opinion, sir, of the son. For him he is not worth Velasco's anger. Only thus you shall discover to my father she promise you her love. Be confident to say you did exchange faith to her. This alone may chance assure her, and if not, I have it. Steal her away. Your love, I see, is honorable. So much I suffer when Desert is wounded. You shall have my assistance. You apprehend me. Velasco, I am devoted to yours. Command me ever. Catalina, keep smooth your face, and still maintain your worship. With Berinthia, things must be managed. Instruct in maturity, noble sir. I wish you only fortunate in Berinthia's love. Velasco, words are too poor to thank you. I look on you as my safe guiding star. Catalina, but I shall prove a wandering star. I have a course which I must finish for myself. Note, you said even now. Old copy, you speak even now. Glide on, thou subtle power. Thou hast wrought this instrument already for thy aim. Sister, I'll break a serpent's egg betimes, and tear Antonio from thy very bosom. Love is above all nature. Blood, not what men call, but what that bids is good. Scene 4. Elvis, a room in the castle. Enter Casabella and Valandris. Valandris, be not so careful, because your brother's well. Be confident, if he were otherwise, you should have notice. Whom hath he to share fortunes without you? All his ills are made less by your bearing part, his good is doubled by your communicating. Castabellum. By this reason all is not well, and that my ignorance what faith hath happened bars me of the portion belongs to me as sister, but my care is so much greater, and that Diego, whom I charged to put on wings, if all were well, is dull in his return. Valandris, his master happily hath commanded him to attend to homewards. This is recompense already. Look, they are done. Enter Antonio and Diego. You're welcome, sir. Note, that was wrought. This instrument, old copy, that was brought. Antonio, oh, sister, ere you let fall words of welcome, let me unlade a treasure in your ear, able to weigh down me. I cast about. What treasure, brother? You amaze me. Antonio, never was man to bless, as heavens have studied to enrich me here, so I am fortunate. Valandris, you make me covetous. Antonio, I have a friend. Valandris, you have 1,000, sir. Is this your treasure? Antonio, I have one more worth than millions. and doth only keep alive that name of friendship in his breast. Pardon, Valanders, 'tis not to strain your love, whom I have tried, my worthiest cousin Castabella, who wears the same friend. Why came he not? Tell us with you. Sure he cannot be dear to you, brother, to whom I am not indebted, at least for you. Diego, I have many dear friends, to whom my tailor is one to whom I am indebted. Antonio, his commission stretched not so far. Our father's tie was on him. By his noble promise, ere it be long, we shall enjoy him. Castabella, brother, I hope you know how willingly I can entertain your bliss and make it mine. Pray speak the man to whom we owe so much. Antonio, it were not charity to starve you thus with shadows. Take him, and with him in thy bosom lock the mirror of fidelity, Don Sebastian. Castabella, I have heard you name him full of worth. Upon that relation have laid up one dear to my remembrance, Antonio, but he must be dearer, Castabella. Hark you, sister, I have been told bold upon thy virtue to invite him to you, if your heart be free. Let it be empty ever if he do not fill it with noblest love to make relation. What zeal he gave of a most worthy nature at our last parting, when betwixt a son and friend be so divided his affections, and outdid both, you would admire him. Were I able, I would build a temple where we took our leave. The ground itself was hallowed so much with his own piety. Diego saw it. Diego, yes, sir, I saw it and heard and wondered. Antonio, come, I will tell you all. To your chamber, sister. Diego, our plot must on what time is lost till we try the moving. Diego, the plot please you, sir. Let me alone to play my part. I warrant you. Antonio, come, Castabella, and prepare to hear a story not of length, but worth your ear. Exit. Scene 5. A Vera, a room in Villarezo's house. Enter Villarezo, Velasco, and Catalina. Villarezo, you have not dealt so honorably, sir, as did become you to proceed so far without my knowledge. Give me leave to tell you, you are not welcome. Velasco, my lord, I am sorry to know what zeal he gave. All copy reads, zeal. If I have any transgressed, I was not respectless of your honor nor my fame. Velasco shall be unhappy if by him you shall derive a stain. My actions fair, I have done nothing with Berinthia to merit such language. 'Twas not right for me to interrupt them farther, when I knew not what grace I held with her. Velasco, I held on her grace. Is this her duty? Ha, I can forget my nature, if she dare make so soon forfeit on her piety. But where is that same awful dread of parents should live in children? Is her ambition to outrun her sister, but I'll curb her impudence. Catalina, retire yourself. His passion must have way. This works as I would have it, for nothing, sir, obscure. Lorenzo, I'll cloister her, and starve this spirit makes her deceive my trust. Catalina, upon thy duty, I command thee take her custody on thee, keep her from the eye of all that come to Vera, let her discourse with pictures on the wall. I fear she hath forgot to say her prayers. Is she grown sensual, Catalina? But my lord, Velasco, oh, keep thy accents for a better cause. She hath contemned us both. Thou canst not see what blemish she derives unto her name. Yet these are sparks. She hath a fire within, will turn all into flames. Whereas Velasco, Catalina, good sir, and much afflicted, worthy gentleman, a displeasure to interrupt them farther. Copy rich to interrupt thy father. Velasco seems to be apologizing to the old man for not breaking off the conversation between Antonio and Berinthia. Villarezo, thou art too full of pity, nay, thou art cruel to thy own fame. He must not have access to prosecute. It was my doting sin of too much confidence in Berinthia gave her such liberty. Oh, my blessing punish it. 'Twill be a virtuous act. The snow, I thought, was not more innocent, more cold, more chaste. Why my command bound her in ribs of ice? But she's dissolved to thee. I'll leave her now. Be the maintainer of thy father's vow. Velasco coming forward. Why am I undone now? Catalina, nothing less. This conflict repairs your peace. I am her guardian. Love smiles upon you. I am not inconstant, having more power to assist you. But away, we must not be cried. Expect ere long to hear what you desire. Velasco, my bliss. Remember, Catalina Berinthia, you are my prisoner. My leisure, I'll study on your fate. I cannot be friend to myself when I am kind to thee.